when I chose to study international development, it was because of my background living in Zimbabwe. Um, Growing up there, it's in inverted commas a developing country. Um, I didn't really have a concept of what that meant whilst I was there. Um, so that was part of it, and I only really realized that when I came to England. But another big part of it was um, having this injury, becoming a tetraplegic. Um, Obviously, I mean, it's a cliche that it's life changing, but I guess the significant point for me studying was understanding what it's like to lose something, to lose choice in a lot of ways. Um, Part of my study was to do a work experience project in, again, inverted commas, a developing country, and that's how I came to India to go to work with video volunteers. Um, and being in the chair, I feel like it takes a lot of resources for me to do these kind of things, to live on an equal playing field with able-bodied people. I feel like I need more resources for that to happen, and I guess that's what Regain facilitated, was those resources. And without the funding from Regain, I wouldn't have made it. And if I had come without that funding, so far the project would have been a whole lot less successful than it has been. Um, Working with video volunteers has really been an interesting experience, one that has fit a lot with my understanding about independence and dependence. Um, so being dependent on your community around you is not a bad thing. It should be the way we all see the world. We should depend on our neighbors. We should depend on our friends, our family, and it's a lot of the way the people here at Video Volunteers work. You know, they really understand that community is the primary resource for life to function comfortably and happily, and yeah, so it's been quite refreshing to have had the opportunity to have Regain as part of my community to support me, to have video volunteers as part of my community to support me, and I only hope that my presence, my aims and goals of coming here have reciprocated that community support. The reason I came here was to gain data to fit into my dissertation and to improve VV service. What I've understood from being here about why I've come here was not to study how to develop the other, but actually it was how to develop myself. It was how to develop my relationships, my understanding, my concepts, and the people in Goa have taught me that. They've taught me so much about myself and areas that I need to develop and things that I'd forgotten. Um, in terms of the chair, coming here was almost an entirely different experience. Well, I can only imagine than from my classmates. They packed a bag, got on a plane, and went somewhere. Didn't really have to worry too much about their accommodation, whether or not they could do the job role physically, whether or not um, all the factors that aren't to do with disability, they just didn't have to worry about that. So before coming here, I worried about that way too much, and it was just coming here has been a really enlightening, warm, accepted experience. Um, People bought me a cake for my birthday and came to my birthday party. People that I'd never met, um, and were there and just showed me love for no other reason than because I was another human being. And I don't think there is a more beautiful experience than that.